Now we have with us Dr. Rajiv Rao, who is our next speaker for today. He has his own private practice and he has the unique distinction of being invited as faculty for national and international symposia of cataract surgery. And he has several publications in national and international journals. He has an international patent for UV lube eye drops for dry eye and photokeratitis, and also a device patent for UV irradiation of anterior capsule to remove the capsular cells. I'd like to welcome Dr. Rajiv Rao, sir.
Have to enter to start. Already on. Okay.
Yes, we can speak your slides, doctor.
Yes, we can see your slides.
Thank you. First of all, I give my sincere thanks to All India Ophthalmic Society Managing Committee for giving me an opportunity to address the viewers. I would like to give my special compliments to Dr. Chitra Ramamurthy for organizing this webinar so beautifully. I could learn a lot from her communications, her timely information, her software setup. Everything is wonderful. Thank you, madam, and compliments for it.
Thank you.
Now, you will see a lot of hot complications of SICS and beautiful ways to manage these complications from all the genius surgeons who are on the panel. I'm going to speak about a cold complication of SICS because I'm a small private practitioner from Pune and my practice is either made or unmade by a universal complication of SICS, which is induced astigmatism. Now, I have designed a strategy for addressing this universal cold complication seen in all SICS cases by using software and relaxing the meridian under tension so that I get spherical corneas post-operatively. Now, I will not go into the details of the physics of how it works, but one has to remember that there is a flattening in the meridian of incision just because you cut the cornea under tension. And if you relax that meridian and cut it, then there is no gaping of the meridian and no flattening. Now, we have published a paper on this in the May issue of IJO, so you may like to read the physics into this. Now, my strategy for achieving nil post-op astigmatism is I correct the vertical meridians by putting a toric lens, and I correct all other meridians by software. Now, if you see some of the examples, you can see that the results are absolutely beautiful because I always fix my incision at 12 o'clock and I relax the meridian with software control. So if it's an oblique pre-existing astigmatism, I would use software. If it's horizontal, I would use software. And if it's vertical, I would put a toric lens. Now, these are some of the examples, but most of our patients are usually having practically spherical corneas after surgery because of the use of this software. The software consists of an illuminated keratoscope with certain fixed wavelength LEDs. It is projected on the cornea and it tells us exactly when the endpoint is reached, when the meridian of incision is relaxed, and then if an incision is taken, you get a spherical cornea. Can we go to the next? This is your last slide. Here's the video. Now, I'll just give you a quick look into how the video works. For keeping under 4
this
minutes,
video
I would
shows the freeze button is pressed to
so
give the
you see,
computer a
basically
reference
the
image,
software tells
after
the
which it
surgeon
starts analyzing.
how
Intended
to
shape
relax the vertical meridian.
1.41 at 40,
And for doing that, the surgeon
1.03
has
at
to manipulate
86,
the cornea and superimpose the red line on the green line. When this is done, if you make the entry through a 6 millimeter incision, you get a
40, 1.1
perfect spherical cornea irrespective of.
at 53, 1.2 at 54, 1.3 at 55, 1.4 at 56, 1.7 at 57, 1.8 at 59, 1.8 at 60, 1.9 at 71, 1.9 at 72, 1.9 at 73, 1.9 at 74, 1.9 at 75, 1.9 at 76, 1.9 at 77, 1.9 at 78, 1.9 at 79, 1.9 at 80, 1.9 at 81, 1.9 at 82, 1.9 at 83, 1.9 at 84, 1.9 at 85, 1.9 at 86, 1.9 at 87, 1.9 at 88, 1.9 at 89, 1.9 at 90, 1.9 at 91, 1.9 at 92, 1.9 at 93, 1.9 at 94, 1.9 at 95, 1.9 at 96, 1.9 at 97, 1.9 at 98, 1.9 at 99, 1.9 at 100, 1.9 at 100, 1.9 at
The computer
1.05 at 52.
the computer keeps on informing the surgeon when he is very
1.13 at 41. 1.09 at 58.
somewhere around this
Intended
time,
shape.
if the incision is taken,
1.41 at 40.
spherical cornea.
4 at 33. 47.
At this moment, the current shape and the intended shape, as you can see, are perfectly overlapping with each other.
So the video is not moving.
Of corneal deformation, if the incision is taken in this case, this is software guided.
So this is
one
the time when
SICS
the incision is
presented by
taken is
Dr.
the end of
Rajiv Rao.
video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This video.
Go to the next one. So to conclude, what we are trying to figure out is how should the cornea be at the time of incision so that post-incision cornea is spherical. The next development in this strategy will be introduction of a robotic manipulation of the cornea by external pressure so that the surgeon doesn't have to do anything and the endpoint is achieved in a fraction of a second. We should be able to introduce a technique with a semi-automatic robo by end of this year. And after that, this cold universal complication of SICS will be properly addressed. I thank the audience and thank the organizers once more. Thank you very much.
I have a question for you, Dr. Rajiv. I see in your cases that you have had more cases of with the rule astigmatism, whereas in fact in a senile cataract there are more cases of against the rule. Was it that you selected that group of astigmatism alone?
No, if you look at the slide, the strategy is all oblique and with the rule pre-existing astigmatism is corrected by software and the vertical astigmatism is corrected by a toric lens where we calculate the power of the toric lens assuming nil SIA.
But you have had some residual errors. Could it be that the alignment was not optimal in those cases?
I think if you see the results, we'll be publishing the results of 150 cases in a month or two. The residual astigmatism is 0.25 or 0.5, which is completely acceptable by the patients.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dr. Satyajit, do you have anything to ask?
You put this in the microscope.
Yes, the keratoscope.
This software is compatible with all the microscopes.
Yes, it is compatible with all the microscopes, but they should have a simple camera and a laptop in the operation theater.
Okay.
Okay.
To communicate with the server.
Okay. So some additional gadgetry is required.
Yes.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Jagannath, you wanted to make a point?
No, I just wanted to make a comment. I used this software before the pandemic, and I was also getting the predictable results almost in 50-60% of the cases, because this has some learning curve. Initially, you have to spend some time, but once you get a knack of it, I think progressively you become very fast. But during the pandemic, to minimize the OT time, then I stopped using software. I've changed the microscope now, so I have to get a new LED ring of different diameters. I'll start using it. But I think once you practice it, slowly you'll start getting very good results. That's what I feel. So let me try it out.
Oh, that's very nice. Any more the discussion before we can?
I have one question.
Yes, doctor.
My question is just once you have just neutralized the astigmatism on the table, and how come in the post-operative period is going to stay? Suppose you have 0-0 on all these things, no astigmatism. After 6 weeks, this astigmatism, how it is going to be 0? Because if you see the wound healing principles, it doesn't match with that.
Yes. Now, first thing is we don't make the cornea spherical. By using the software, we make the cornea into an abnormal shape, and the calculation is done when the cornea is in this abnormal shape. How will the post-operative result be? And there we aim for 0.
No, what there is a measurement of cornea is keratometry or like it's less manual or like automated. So everything in cornea is going to be measured by the its curvatures as far as our knowledge is concerned. So your method doesn't match that. So
Oh,
you
that is-
what abnormality you are creating? Is there any scientific name of that abnormality?
Yes. See, first thing is the software collects, you have to feed in all the information about the pre-existing cornea.
What information? Like keratometry or something else? What stiffness?
You
Yeah.
have to put in K1, K2,
Yeah.
you have to put central corneal thickness, and you
Okay.
have to put in the white to white. All these readings have to be fed in before you start the case. Once you start the case, the computer calculates how the abnormal cornea should be so that when it is cut, it will become vertical.
No, my point is very clear. We are all the scientific fellow here. What abnormality you are? Is this what aberration or what abnormality you are?
Dr. Sudhir.
Okay,
I
later on.
think beyond it, we should
Later on. Yeah, yeah. It's a new subject, so
New subject.
required time to debate. Yeah, scientific. Yeah,
trying to
later on.
understand, and his papers, published papers will give us a lot more information.